What's the difference between Staten Island and Rock Hudson?
The first is a ferry terminal. The second is a terminal ferry.
Do you know what gay means?
Got AIDS yet?
What's the worst thing about getting AIDS?
Convincing your parents you're Haitian. What's the difference between AIDS and ballet?
There's no cure for ballet.
That's not entirely true.
And none of these are funny.
That's what you say.
Was it good art or was it something else? Former colleagues, former dancers
so
were getting
pretentious.
sick and dying. Designers, composers, collaborators. So it was happening all around us.
AIDS has taken a devastating toll on the artistic community.
In some areas, it's starting to look like a plague.
People were dying left and right.
Huck Snyder, who was a designer, died, and Willie Smith, who had done the costume, and Keith Haring, who had done the sets, and Alvin Ailey, who had commissioned works, and the list went on and on, in addition to the several dancers in our small company.
This is of just keeping going. What is the next work? What are we going to do? We were not the AIDS company.
When we understood Arnie had AIDS, at first I didn't really understand what that meant. And then slowly, of course, lots of friends of Bill's and Arnie's were dying. And slowly I started to understand what that meant.
I think most of us who had been...
How did the doctor tell you? Did they sit you down, tell you casually? Did other doctors come in the room too?
With HIV.
Were they professional?
I was tested in 85.
Jim, I had thrush in my throat, could barely swallow. Went to the doctor who drew blood. After the results in 2 days, he said, "You're positive. No drama or beating around the bush."
Nathan.
It went from
They
sort
told
of
me in
changing the
prison,
world and
blatantly,
dazzling
no
with our
emotions.
virtuosity and our outrageousness.
Pam, an OBGYN coldly informed me after just telling me that the twin boys I was carrying hearts had stopped beating. I was in therapy for years because of
Making
it.
sense out of a chaotic universe where bad
Kevin,
things
I
happen.
went in because I had a fungus under 2 of my fingernails and was bleeding out of my butt. So they did blood work exam, and the blood work showed I was positive. He got me another doctor. That was 10 years ago.
Tracy, on the phone while in an addiction treatment center for relapse prevention. They kicked me out the beginning of March 20th below 6-foot snowbanks.
Tides. Boom, 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 boom.
Jim, 1987. I was 18. A Navy admiral told me I was unfit for service in the Navy because I would be dead in 2 years. Oh, you have AIDS. That's how I was told.
It was like playing.
Every single movement we did had some
Doctor.
story behind it.
Okay, tested at the health department in South Carolina. The nurse that gave me my results was filing papers in a filing cabinet. I'm not going to say what she said to me. At 19, I just took it because I was in shock. I will say she was my first experience of being
in this
stigmatized.
place.
Wendy, I don't recall any counseling. The clinic OBGYN told me that I tested positive for HIV and that they wouldn't be treating me because pregnant women weren't given medication. There wasn't any educational tools to use, no internet, no Google, just shock and ignorance.
Place inside of yourself that says, I've got to keep going.
Jesse, this is not something I've gotten out of the
There was some
internet.
healing, cathartic
I am HIV
ritual
positive, or actually
in the
I have
making and
AIDS.
the doing of this dance.
I had gotten really sick in 2010, and I'd asked my doctor, does this ever go away? And he told me, no, once it's on your record, it's there for life.
Canvas of it is that strong. That's
So I've been HIV positive, or I've been dealing with AIDS for 30 years now. And I take medication every day to keep me alive. And I don't work because of it. And I'm dependent on the government. I get my insurance through Medicare, and I'm on disability. I get paid through the government. And now they're coming after me. They're saying, you're medically fit to go back to work. I was like, I haven't worked in 10 years. And you're telling me that I have to go back to work and that my insurance is at jeopardy. And that's terrifying to me because I'm relying on the government to keep me alive. And I know there are ways around it, but I feel like, oh, we're in this adversarial position where I have to fight you. And that's going to be after the festival. I'm going to fucking go to an attorney and talk to them about what my options are. And it's really frustrating because you have to be at the poverty level to get these benefits in the first place. Like I have to be poor to be deserving of this. And I don't think that's right. It's a broken system, and I don't know why our government makes us do this. It's hellish, and but like this was the dream. Like when I was younger, it's like move to San Francisco, get on disability, have money to make your art. You don't have to work anymore. It's fantastic. But I have to be sick and I have to be poor, and that's not right. Okay, you can stop.
Thank you.